Foolio's gifts at his death cases between the FBI and Puerto Rico. It wasn't just rap for Charles Jones, whose stage name was Julio Foolio. He was a voice for the streets of Jacksonville, and his honest songs helped him become famous. Foolio became a big name in the rap business very quickly. His music often showed how hard life was in his city, which hit home with fans who could relate to their own problems. Getting to be a star wasn't easy for Foolio. He had many problems and struggles as a child growing up in a bad neighborhood, but his ability and drive helped him rise to the top of the rap scene. Tracks like Crocodiles in Biggie's Story showed how good he was at telling stories, which earned him a lot of fans and praise from his peers. Foolio went to Tampa to celebrate his 26th birthday with friends on the night before. What was meant to be a joyous event quickly turned into a nightmare. Foolio was shot and killed early Sunday morning in the parking lot of a hotel on Fowler Avenue in McKinley Drive. The shooting left 4 people hurt and Foolio dead at the scene. The brutal attack shocked the community and sent ripples through the music business. As the news broke, fans and fellow artists showed their grief and disbelief in the aftermath of the tragic shooting. The investigation into Foolio's death quickly got momentum. The Tampa Police Department, led by Chief Lee Burrell, immediately began working with federal and local agencies to discover the truth behind the attack. We are collaborating closely with the FBI, the ATF, and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office to investigate this incident. The indications are that the groups involved all came from Jacksonville, and we believe this is tied to an ongoing feud between rival rap groups. The FBI's participation signaled the seriousness of the case. Federal agents brought their experience in handling complicated criminal investigations, while the ATF worked on tracing the firearms used in the shooting. Together, these agencies hope to piece together the events leading up to Foolio's death and identify those responsible. It ain't cool now, it's over for Jones, it's permanent now, we have to deal with the mess of cleaning it up. We are working closely with Tampa Police and the FBI to monitor possible retaliation and ensure the safety of our communities. The study was extended beyond Tampa, with Jacksonville law enforcement keeping a close watch on individuals tied to the rival rap groups. The fear of possible retaliation loomed large, prompting heightened security measures and an increased police presence in both cities for the residents of New Tampa. Foolio's death was the 3rd fatal shooting in the area within a week. The community was on edge, and many gathered at a local meeting to voice their worries and demand answers from law enforcement. They're not from our community, but it's happening in our community. The shooting that happened on Sunday, that's too close to home. I can't comfortably sit in the parking lot because there might be a shooting. I don't want my son to witness it. I don't want to get in the crossfire. Despite the sadness that surrounded the murder of rapper Foolio, his death appears to have given law enforcement agencies a crucial opportunity to pursue a RICO case. With the FBI fully involved, the chances of arresting those responsible for Foolio's murder have risen significantly. His death has brought more attention to the deadly Jacksonville drill scene and has intensified scrutiny.
Well, right now, police looking for the people who killed rapper Foolio in a weekend shooting in Tampa.
3 others were injured in that shooting. We are told they are all in stable condition. 8 on your sides, Chloe Sparks is live where this happened along Fowler Avenue, not too far from USF. What's the latest this morning, Chloe?
A suspect has still not been identified, but a Jacksonville crime analyst believes that the shooter at large could be from a rival group in Jacksonville, where Julio Foolio is from. While fans and loved ones mourn the loss of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio, Tampa police are working to bring his murderer to justice.
There are cameras here, and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, who might have seen anything or heard anything.
3 other people were victims of this shooting in a Tampa hotel parking lot. The other victims are believed to be in a stable condition.
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
After getting kicked out of an Airbnb where Julio Foolio was celebrating his 26th birthday, according to his social media. A Jacksonville crime analyst believes those posts might have played a big role in Foolio's death.
Doing this for so long, I would tend to think this is more of a Jacksonville-based regional kind of beef between 2 groups. Maybe took advantage of a foolish posting that was out there saying where he was, and that's the downside of that.
According to a Jacksonville report, Foolio was shot at least twice in the last few years before he was shot and killed here in the parking lot. The most recent incident was in October when he was shot in the foot. And in 2021, Foolio was grazed by a bullet in a drive-by shooting in Jacksonville.
So his murder comes, and somebody from a rival group is now going to get out there and need to be retaliated against in their eyes for his murder, and then that just keeps going.
Foolio's lawyer telling a Jacksonville reporter his client was basically ambushed. We've reached out to Tampa police officials, and we're waiting to hear back this morning if there are any new leads on a suspect. We'll be sure to report any updates we find out here on the CW Tampa Bay, as well as later on News Channel 8. Reporting live in Tampa, Chloe Sparks, 8 on your side.
On suspect number 1, his bitter rival Youngin Ace. Amidst the morning, controversy erupted when Youngin Ace released his new music video for Do It just hours after Foolio's death was reported. Social media users were quick to criticize Ace, accusing him of celebrating Foolio's demise and displaying insensitivity. The timing of the music video's release and its provocative lyrics have led to widespread speculation about Youngin Ace's potential involvement in Foolio's murder. The video has sparked intense debate over whether its lyrics could be used as evidence in the ongoing investigation. Prominent criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers, known for his expertise in hip-hop-related court cases, weighed in on the controversy. Rivers, who has reviewed diss tracks from both Youngin Ace and Foolio in the past, provided his insights on how the lyrics in Do It might implicate Ace and Foolio's murder. In his analysis, Rivers highlighted a specific line from the song, "Fellas got the low and I told him do it." According to Rivers, this line could be interpreted as Ace orchestrating a hit on Foolio. Rivers stated, "If they can link Youngin Ace to any kind of case related to this is cutting into evidence. We're going to have more killings because it's just going to fuel it even more. If you dance close to the sun, you're going to get burned." Examining the crime scene footage, Rivers pointed out the premeditated nature of the attack. "Look at that car. That is premeditated first-degree murder, no question about it." Admitting to crimes online is a growing trend, and Rivers noted that all this stuff is going to come out. We're seeing it in Young Thug's case, where they're using his own lyrics against him in a criminal trial. One of the most damning pieces of evidence presented by the prosecution in Young Thug's case came from the 2018 track Anybody, where Young Thug raps, "I never kill anybody, but I got something to do with that body." Prosecutors alleged that this lyric referred to a murder authorized by Young Thug himself, painting him as the general of the group who orchestrated violent acts. Another lyric cited by prosecutors mentioned 100 rounds in a Tahoe, which they claimed referred to a murder victim who was inside a Chevy Tahoe when he was gunned down. These lyrics, according to the prosecution, were not fictional but direct references to real crimes committed by YSL members. Despite the defense vehemently opposing the use of Young Thug's lyrics as evidence, arguing that rap lyrics are a form of artistic expression protected by the First Amendment and should not be taken literally, Judge Ural Glanville ruled that prosecutors could use 17 sets of lyrics as evidence, but only if they could tie them to specific crimes committed by YSL members. Youngin Ace might soon find himself in a similar situation with his Do It lyrics and the timing of the song's release. The recklessness of Youngin Ace is even more alarming because it seems prosecutors have been building an RICO case surrounding him for a couple of years now. In 2021, Youngin Ace was billed to perform at Rolling Loud, one of the biggest hip-hop festivals in the world, which was set to be a significant milestone in his career. The festival, known for its star-studded lineups and massive crowds, would have provided the perfect platform for Ace to showcase his talent to a broader audience. However, the excitement was short-lived. Just a day before his scheduled performance, Youngin Ace took to Instagram to deliver a disappointing message. He revealed that he had to appear in court and wouldn't make it back in time for Rolling Loud. The news left fans and festival organizers in shock as the rapper's absence cast a shadow over the event. For Youngin Ace, performing at Rolling Loud would have been a significant moment in his career, solidifying his status as a major player in the hip-hop scene. Missing this opportunity due to a court appearance highlighted the seriousness of his legal situation, and it was later revealed that Youngin Ace's sudden court appearance was reportedly linked to an alleged RICO case. This law allows prosecutors to charge individuals or groups involved in a pattern of criminal activity, often targeting gangs and other criminal enterprises. Speculation was rife that this RICO case was connected to the ongoing feud between Youngin Ace's gang, ATK, Ace's Top Killers, and Foolio's KTA, Kill Them All. Their bitter rivalry, played out both on record and in the streets, has led to a series of violent incidents over the past few years. The feud spilling over into real-life violence with numerous shootings and fatalities linked to the rivalry drew significant attention from law enforcement, who are reportedly building a RICO case to address the ongoing violence.
26-year-old Charles Jones was also known as Foolio, was reportedly there to celebrate his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting, but in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people in other groups as well as rappers.
Well, this is not a game, is my message. This is not something that we're going to tolerate around town. I think the media, I think the citizens of Jacksonville, I think everyone feels the same way. This is not something that's okay. This is not something we're going to tolerate, and we're going to pay very close attention. So don't get involved. Stay away from the nonsense.
So there's no evidence to show any of them are connected, and there's no evidence to show that any of these are random. And I'm out here to reassure the community that we are out here in full force,
working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video.
Because it ain't cool now. No, it's over now. It's over for him. It's permanent. And now we have to deal with messing and clean it up. And if it takes us following them one at a time, we'll follow them one at a time.
We're shooting for When I See You, Who I Smoke.
Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went crazy, kind of made it more mainstream to where people who don't even know y'all, they were tapped into it. Did you make them do that?
Oh, how I took it too far when they made a song for a speaker. Once the dead get involved, it's all.
The ATK gang. Investigators say this organization is connected to a string.
Did you hear what he just said? He said, fellas got the low. I told them to do it. Now, if they can link Young and Ace to any kind of case related to this, this is coming into evidence. Now we're going to have more killings because it's just going to fuel it even more. If you dance close to the sun, you're going to get fucking burned. Look at that. Look at that car. That is premeditated first-degree murder. No question about it. But, I mean, and then admitting to crimes online. You watch. All this stuff is going to come out. We're seeing it in Young Thug's case where they're using his own lyrics against him in a criminal trial. And it's not like I'm some older white guy saying, well, you know, the music of the youth today is... You know, no, it's they're killing each other. They're killing each other. It just has to stop.
In Tampa, where police are still looking for the person who shot and killed a rapper and hurt 3 others outside of a hotel there. 3 others were injured in that shooting, as we said, but 26-year-old Charles Jones was also known as Foolio, was reportedly there to celebrate his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting, but in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people in other groups as well as rappers.
I heard probably 2 series of shots, maybe like 5 shots each. And then probably like 5 minutes later, just heard some voices.
At that hotel, because according to social media posts, his pool party at an Airbnb was shut down by police. He alerted people, listen, I'm moving my party to this other hotel, so people knew where he was going. And the people who ambushed him allegedly came there to do that. 3 other victims are being treated at a hospital.
A crime scene taking up this whole parking lot behind me. This is a Holiday Inn right across the street from USF. Here, 4 people were shot, and so were 2 cars. Police say they are also now a part of the investigation. A birthday celebration that took a turn for the worst. Now cars filled with bullet holes are at the center of an investigation to find out why famous rapper Foolio, who just turned 26, was shot dead early this morning.
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
After a social media post from Foolio said he and his friends were kicked out of an Airbnb. They found themselves at this Holiday Inn where hotel guests like Jeremiah Claypool had to be escorted to and from their rooms post gunshots.
I only heard one. It woke me up, but apparently there were more than that.
Police say they got the call at 4:40 this morning. Julio Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was confirmed dead at the scene while 3 other shooting victims were taken to the hospital. No one has been arrested in connection to this shooting.
You know, we always say it, but in cases like this, it really does make the difference. If you saw something, if you heard something, any little detail can help us figure out what happened here this morning.
For now, investigators will lean on federal agencies and work with hotel surveillance video to help determine how the shooting events took place. Also, interviews from witnesses like Claypool.
We're still going to stay. We're going to find another hotel.
Welcome back to Live Now from Box 9, Gina Francine. As we continue with your Monday morning headlines, we are following breaking news this Monday morning coming out of Tampa, Florida. Tampa police looking for whoever's responsible for a shooting that left a Florida rapper dead. It happened early Sunday morning outside a hotel. Charles Jones was among the 4 people shot. Fans knew him as Julio Foolio. Fox 13 Tampa's Kelly Cowan is live from the Tampa Police Department this morning with more on this developing story. Kelly, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. And there is concern that this could lead to even more violence, more shootings in Jacksonville. That's because that is where this rapper was from, and he did have a long-standing history of posting provocative videos and songs, creating songs where it glorified not only violence, but specifically violence against fellow rappers and other groups in Jacksonville. Jones, known for making diss tracks and music videos joking about the murders of rivals, and even shooting one music video in a graveyard and mocking another rapper who was shot and killed on his birthday. Now, several local stations in Jacksonville are reporting that Jones was shot twice in the last 3 years. He survived those, and now his murder could fuel even more violence.
This is the downside of that kind of nature that goes around, that gets associated with the music industry and the rappers that do this kind of thing. It's not jokes. This is not, in so many cases, just for video show. This is fiction becoming fact-based in real life.
Now, Jones has made several posts over the last week about celebrating his birthday here in Tampa. On his Instagram page, he offered to send the location of a pool party to his followers. According to his posts, on Saturday, that party later shut down by police, but he'd also posted plans about another party happening in an adult entertainment club that night, not far from the hotel, where he was later found shot and killed during what his attorney has called an ambush. Tampa police say around 4:40 in the morning, shots were fired outside of a hotel near USF, the University of South Florida. 4 people, including Jones, were shot, 3 taken to a nearby hospital at what we were told at the time were non-life-threatening injuries, but Jones was pronounced dead at the scene. So far, no suspects have been named in this, and Tampa police are asking for more information from anyone that has it about this shooting.